Hey VC, welcome back to another episode of Roger's Record Addiction. Cheers. Happy Halloween. Don't know if we'll get any trick-or-treaters. Got some candy. I wanted to come on and show a few things. It's only been a week, but went to another record show. Not yesterday, but a week ago, Sunday, over in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, which is a good hour drive from here. But I could just smell the records, and that guy with all the rare prog and Japanese pressings was there. And even though there were only maybe a dozen vendors, the fact that he was there meant that I came home with some records. And so, let's get started. Yeah, L'Orme, in Concerto, the live album, original Philips pressing, Italian Philips pressing, just dead mint. A beautiful copy of this. L'Orme, Italian prog band. I have one other album by them. Flora y Sonora or whatever it's called. This is killer. The sound quality is not great. Like the drums, it sounds like cardboard boxes. But the musicianship and the playing, compositions, and the energy level, just really, really great. I love this stuff. It's my kind of prog. I gotta make some room here. This first stack I got from the prog guy. Jack, I think is his name. I meant to bring his card down, but anyway, Gong, Radio Gnome, Invisible Part 1, Flying Teapot, original UK Virgin copy of this. The jacket's a little, it's not perfect, but the vinyl plays mint. Kind of silly. Gong, whimsical, the Pothead Pixies. Speaking of Gong, a couple of David Allen solo albums. Now is the Happiest Time of Your Life. It's an original pressing on Tapioca, French Tapioca, 1970 something. Again, whimsy, psychedelic, trippy. Later solo David Allen record, N'existe pas, which I guess means he does not exist. This is a UK pressing on Charlie. This is 79. Hard to talk about at David Allen and Gong. It's its own thing, and I could see it being a little too cutesy or something for some people, but I don't know. If you get past it, it's very, very trippy and for me, like uplifting music. Sometimes I need some uplifting music. Also picked this up, Steve Hillage, Live Herald, double LP. This is actually a Japanese pressing, but the OB is missing, so it was not ridiculously expensive. It sounds good. Again, live album, recording quality is not, spectacular, but boy, what a killer guitar player. Played in Gong for a while. I've been eyeing the Back on Black reissue this, and I'm kind of glad I never pulled the trigger on it, because now I've got it, nice Japanese original. Cool artwork on that. Here's another Steve Hillage record I got from a different vendor. Open. Jack the Prog guy had this record, also missing the die cut there. Very common on both sides. I don't care about that. I don't play the covers. This is a UK copy on Virgin from 1979. On the popular side of Steve Hillage's stuff, but great synthesizer stuff, some great killer guitar playing. If I see that stuff, I'm going to pick it up till I have it all. Cheers. Another thing I got from Prague Dude, Dune by Klaus Schulze. Original on Brain. Really hard to resist these original Brain records. This is from what? 1970 something. Klaus Schulze, yeah. Originally in Tangerine Dream and Ashra Temple. Arthur Brown does vocals on the second side, which are kind of more declamations than like singing. Kind of weird. I don't know. The first side's just typical Klaus Schulze electronic music. Cool foil kind of cover. I don't know. Klaus Schulze, Brain, really hard to resist. Here's another Brain record. Grobschnitt Jumbo. This is, I think, their third record from 75. Look at those dudes. This had its moments. Their first album's more in the experimental vein. This moves into a more symphonic prog kind of bag, which is often problematic for me. But there's some instrumental parts that are really cool. It still falls in under that krautrock thing, and again, it's on Brain. All right, so that's all I got from that guy. I found this from another vendor for a really good price. It appears to be a U.S. original in London, Genesis' first album, From Genesis to Revelation. It's the one Genesis album I didn't have. It was recently reissued for Record Store Day. And I was like, I don't really want a reissue. I want an original. And so, this is with Peter Gabriel, Anthony Phillips, Tony Banks, and Michael Rutherford, and John Silver on drums. So Phil Collins is not in the band yet. And this is really more of a psychedelic pop record than what you would think of as early Genesis. It's got that proggy element, but the songs are shorter and there's strings, and it's a really nice psychedelic pop record, I think. I'm really psyched to find this for a really nice price. And so that made it, a 2-hour drive worthwhile. Records always make everything worthwhile. And so I still had a little bit of credit left at Grimy, so I thought I'd stop in there, see if there's anything. I went there on Friday. And I was not planning to buy this, but it was playing in the store, and I thought, wow, that sounds really cool. And it's the Stranger Things soundtrack, Netflix television series by Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein. This is volume 1. Apparently there's a volume 2 available digitally. I assume that'll come out on vinyl also. This is cool. I liked it so much that I'm not really into TV. Liz and I watched the first 2 episodes of this weekend, and it's a fun show. It's and the soundtrack, the whole sound design is really a big part of what makes the show work. Like, we watched 2 episodes and like really nothing has happened really, but it's like the sound design is really creepy, and a light bulb flickers and these synthesizer sounds happen, and it's creepy. Cool stuff. They have a band called Survive that put a record out recently on Relapse called, what is it called? RR7349. And so if you like the Stranger Things soundtrack, which is mostly like, it's a soundtrack for TV shows, so it's a lot of short cues, so, like 30 seconds, This is in a similar vein, but the tracks are longer and things are allowed to develop more. In some ways this is a more satisfying listen as an album, although there's some really creative stuff going on in here. Really, if you're a fan of electronic music, I think that's worth checking out. And at Grammys too, I was browsing through the used bins, and there wasn't anything, but there was this, and I wanted this when it came out for Record Store Day back in 2013, and I never even saw a copy. And you know, it immediately was available online for stupid money, and I just thought, well, forget it. I just won't own this record. Stephen Malcolmus and Friends doing Cannes Ege Panyasi. Matador on green vinyl. This is a silkscreen print. Yeah, Stephen Malcolmus from Pavement. And I haven't loved his solo stuff so much. But I was curious to hear what he would do with this, and it's pretty good. It's you know, it's a reverent homage, you know, straight cover of, you know, great krautrock record, and you know, they pull it off. It's a live performance from December 2nd, 2012 in Germany, appropriately enough. So yeah, I was excited to find this at Grammys, you know, for a reasonable price because it's Grammys, and I had credit, so it was essentially free. One more LP I found at Grammys, and I have a CD to show. You can shut it off if you don't want to look at CDs. This was in their sale bin, and I thought, why not pick it up for some credit? It looked interesting. Again, I looked on Discogs, and you know, people on Discogs wanted big money for it, so I thought, well, what the hell. The main guy here is Tom Disavelt with Kid Bolton. And Tom Disavelt, I guess, was the soundtrack guy and early electronic experimenter. This is very early, late 50s, I think. You know, pre-Moog synthesizer, I believe. The liner notes are in Spanish or Portuguese, I'm not sure. It's Sonotron. I need to do a little more research on this, but anyway, listen to it, and it's awesome. It's not just electronic music. There's brass and orchestra and very soundtracky library music kind of thing. Super inventive and very enjoyable. Very, very enjoyable. I believe this is out of Argentina. I'm not totally certain, but it lives up to that cover. That's really all I can say. And finally, a CD that came in the mail. Richard Pinhouse with Tatsuya Yoshida and Masami Akita. Masami Akita, of course, is Merzbow. Process and Reality on Cuneiform. Love that artwork. Richard Pinhouse, of course, from Helden. And, you know, I didn't get to see him. But I'm determined to get everything that I can. This is CD only. Just came out this year. He's touring in support of this, actually. And so, anyway, if you're familiar with Merzbow and Richard Pinhouse and the drummer Yoshida, it's just what you would expect. It's intense. It's electronic. It's tribal. It's kind of droney. Kind of. Yeah, what is there to say? There's a 36-minute long track. Totally great. All right, that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Sorry I'm a little scratchy. I feel a cold coming on, even though it's hot as hell still. It's freaking almost November, and it's 85 degrees today. Yeah, well, you know, be glad when those Chinese knock it off with the big climate change hoax. What a world. There's an election coming. I've already voted. Take care, everybody. I'll see you soon.